What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. In these boxes are the Puma Future 7 Ultimate FTR. Now I have in one or the other, the high top and one the low top, and we're gonna do it all in one review because it's the same football boot, but I wanted to see what the differences are, and especially once we get to the on-feet portion of the video, are there any noticeable differences between the two and how they fit and what I would recommend for you guys. So we're gonna go kind of a dual unboxing. Let's do the bigger box first. So let's get straight into the unboxing. This is a Puma, very standard Puma box, the Forever Better logoing everywhere, which is basically their commitment to more recycled materials. Responsible looks good on you. That is also with the pair of football boots that are in this box are made from at least 20% recycled materials, which is cool. So Future 7 Ultimate FG/AG, which we'll talk about later. It's a total lie. US 8.5, which, by the way, I do go half a size down on the Puma Future because they do fit a little bit long. Euro 41, 26.5 centimeters, and a UK 7.5. And these are, of course, in the launch white and pink colorway, which I happen to think, oh yeah, and a little bit of blue, look absolutely sensational. I think these look really good, and these are the high cut model, if you can't already tell. So high cut model here, in the Puma Future Ultimate FTR. Now you can see the logoing right there. So let's get all of these boots unboxed. So there's your right shoe. Nice. Same as the left shoe. Love that. Okay, we'll get this one out of the way. And then we're gonna go with the other box as well. So move those to the side. Here's your second box. By the way, same sizing, same everything. I don't need to go over the box. And we'll go open it up. Yep, so you can immediately notice the difference. It's very subtle, but you can immediately notice the difference between that one and that one. There you go. So that's the low cut, that's the high cut, and they literally, I don't think these are gonna fit any differently, honestly, but we'll see. Okay, let's get this one out of the box. There's your left shoe. And okay, I'm gonna leave this box open because I wanna throw both of these boots right here. And we're gonna take some of the paper and stuff out as we talk about tech features and talk about what changes Puma have made to this Future. So this is a updated upper. So this is still the Fusion Fit 360 branding of this upper, except they've done something a little bit different here, which is they've combined the engineered dual mesh upper with the extra stretchy knit material power print, which is their texturing layer basically that goes over to give it a little bit of that texturing feel. And then now they have two layers of power tape, which have changed from the zigzag pattern on the lateral and medial side to this little Y shape that goes kind of right up to the top of your ankle there. So you can see the two layers, one in silver and then the white that goes kind of over. And the idea behind this is basically that as you tie the laces tight up in this area, it really locks your foot into the bottom of the boot. Now, I have no idea what actually will be the case. We're gonna have to kind of see, but definitely a nice design change. I think these look pretty good. I also really rate the colorway. I think the colorway looks awesome. And this little kind of heat map situation going on here looks really cool as the power print on the kind of on the upper, which is awesome. So it does look very Magista Obra 2-esque in the way that the patterns kind of give you this visual effect, which is awesome. The knit material feels about the same as the previous generation. Very, very soft, nice and stretchy, and you've got some leeway here, especially in the unexposed or in the exposed lacing system area here in that way as well. The 3D grip texturing on the upper, which is also in kind of some of these key contact zones. So you have a little bit more raised grip here in the medial side of the foot, and then some raised grip elements here on the lateral side of the foot. And we'll do the sound test really quick. Pretty good, decent amount of grip, and it feels kind of sandpapery, which is kind of nice. No grip, unfortunately, kind of in this toe area. They've left it almost completely gripless, basically. I'm not sure what the reason for that was, but here where it's totally white there and there, there's no grip elements. So maybe that's like a touch thing, I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just an aesthetic thing, who knows. Same dynamic motion system outsole, which is the previous like 3 or 4 futures have had the same sole plate, basically in the form of the Z. So it was the Puma Future Z and then the 1.4, and it's been the same sole plate for a long time. Now, this is where one of the marketing lies from Puma comes into effect, and I'm happy if Puma wants to fly me out to Germany or somewhere in the world to talk to their executives and their marketing team about this sole plate. These studs are too long to be AG, period. End of story. I'm very serious about this because they're not safe for AG. Like, they're not. I don't say this very often, but these studs are way too long for AG. Way too long. Like, they are absolutely insanely long. A good couple millimeters longer than like any other FG boot on the market, which really worries me because when you advertise this as an FG and AG thing, and I'm getting kind of passionate about this because I really care, you can't advertise this as an AG sole plate, period, end of story. Don't be lazy, make an AG sole plate. That's the one thing that pisses me off about this boot is that, yeah, I don't know why I'm getting angry about this, but I do feel very strongly. And I will stand by that, and I will stand in front of the Puma executives and say, stop the BS, market it as an FG plate only, or build an AG sole plate and do an AG model. So that's what it is. Anyway, rant over. You also have this little sticker. Oh, I tore it in half. It doesn't matter because the bottom half was in a different language. So you've got this little sticker. This was just on the inside, but it says, please note this boot has a chrome finish on the plate that will wear off during play. It will not affect its performance or yours. Nice. I love that. They took a note out of New Balance's notebook and are going with my whole thesis, which is boots aren't going to make you a better player. That's why you have to get the ones that fit so that your foot health stays on point. What else do we want to cover? Ooh, nano grip. Yeah, on the inside. So the insole as well, you've got some perforated heel padding. So let's talk about the inside. You've got the micro suede here with the perforations, which is in blue, like this baby blue, sky blue colorway. Pretty nice heel padding. My only complaint, or really one of my biggest complaints with, other than the sole plate, of the previous generation Future was that the heel area had quite a bit of rotational slippage in there, and I don't know, you can kind of see it from the shape of the boot, but the heel area is very cavernous. So it's very big, it's very open, but it doesn't really have the ability to kind of pinch and get into kind of tighter Achilles and heel areas, which is my biggest issue because I have wide feet here, but then a thinner heel area. And so my heel ends up just drowning in this area, and then I get blisters, like blood blisters here on the lateral side and the medial side of the bottom of my heel, which is kind of a bummer. But one of the things, or how they remedy that, is by these insoles, which are two-piece, two types of material. In there, you've got this kind of perforated foam material. It's got a decent amount of kind of plushness to it, I guess. Decent amount of kickback when you press down. But this is covered in nanogrip technology, which I do think actually does something. It's a nice amount of kind of basically a grip element, so that whether you're wearing a grip sock or whether you're wearing a non-grip sock, the kind of the silver material basically, as it gets wet, it starts to get a little bit sticky, and that way your feet stay locked into the boot, other than the heel area, unfortunately. But that's not an insole thing. That's the size and the shape of the heel area of the boot. So that's kind of it really for the tech specs. It's just an updated upper essentially. And then the big thing is this power tape change, which what I've heard is that it from a couple friends who have some has actually changed the feeling of the way that you feel locked in. Now, one other thing, Puma, I really hope you're listening to this. So one of the other things that this boot is marketed towards is that this boot is marketed as, you can wear this without laces. Stop. It's not like, this is going to be a two-part rant, and I don't know why Puma wants to do this because it's just BS. Taking laces out of a boot that's supposed to have laces in it, like this, changes the way that the boot feels. Period. End of story. I haven't even had these on feet, and I know it's going to be true. A boot that's supposed to have laces, that comes with laces inside the boots, do not take the laces out. Stop advertising. I feel like I'm a broken record here. Stop advertising that this boot can be played in laceless. Sure, maybe you can like walk around or coach in them laceless if you want. But similar to the AGFG thing, it's not good. It's not good. Don't do it. And if you're a player watching this video, don't take the laces out. Use the laces for what they're meant for, which is a performance benefit, because laces actually give you performance benefit by providing lockdown. Okay, I'm done. Let's get these on feet. Hopefully they fix the heel issue. And if not, these are going to be an interesting boot to do play tests in. So maybe I'll just get some like tape or something and put them around my Achilles. Let's hop into the on feet portion of the video. All right, fam, out here in the backyard with the really, really nice looking Future Ultimate 7 FTR, or Future 7 Ultimate. I've got the low top in my left hand and the high top in my right hand. We're just gonna do one of each. I've got both of the other pairs there, but I figure I'll put both of them on, one on each foot, tell you if there's any differences. I doubt there will be, other than maybe a sensation around your ankle, and we'll go from there. So again, there's your low top, and there's your high top. You can kind of see, so there you go. That's what they look like from behind. Again, that's your high top, and then if you turn them sideways, this totally drowns out, whereas if you look at that way, you can kind of see the high top poking out over there. So a little bit more material, but we'll go from there. And then we'll also obviously talk about the way that they've improved or not improved the fit and feel. Okay, wow. Immediately when putting these on, this power tape right here is very, very, very snug. Let's see if I can actually get my foot inside of here. Oh, okay, there we go. Once you get your foot in, wow, that's like shockingly noticeable for a change, like a minor. They've just like changed where the power print goes. Yeah, that's like really noticeable actually. So nice job making the power print feel noticeable. I noticed it on the previous generation with the zigzag pattern doing like agility movements, but I would say this feels way more noticeable. Like as soon as you put your foot in, it's right there. These definitely feel pretty tight. I don't remember them feeling that tight on the previous generation, but maybe that's just my feet are swollen right now. I don't know, something. But they definitely feel more snug, which isn't a bad thing, I will say, because I think one of the things that the old upper, which this is very, very similar, but the previous generation was a little more loosey-goosey when it comes to the fit and feel on feet, and these definitely feel more snug and like very, very much more locked in, which is kind of a nice sensation, I will say. Again, getting straight away as you put your foot in, you really can feel that this power tape is not going to give you any movement in and around that area. So try to get these on. Boom, there we go. So not super hard. You just got to put in a little bit of effort there. So let's get these laced up quick and talk about the changes that they've made. So the updated Fusion Fit 360 is very similar. Like I gotta say, it feels very similar, especially here in the forefoot area. Although I will say it does, whether it's the texturing or the coating that they've put on them, they do feel a little more snug just in general. I don't think like shape-wise they feel more snug, but the upper feels a little bit less kind of flimsy than the previous generation, which I actually prefer. I think I actually like the way that they've done this upper. It feels very snug on feet. Feels really, really nice. So that's good to know. Now we'll get to the differences in the heel area you can see there. And if we're talking, there they go, full look on feet. They look really nice, I gotta admit. I think they look sick. So if I were to close my eyes and figure out like which one I really like, it's almost indistinguishable. I can tell the one on my left foot is the low top. Obviously I know that, but you can kind of tell that it's the low top, but everything else is exactly the same. And I would say if I'm just like moving around, the high top actually has a little bit better, like it just feels a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe that's because the sensation of this upper is meant to be more of this high top design. The low top feels fine, but it doesn't feel, I don't think, as like locked in the heel. I know that sounds crazy because they're the same heel area. I don't know. I'm gonna have to test them. So playtest video, we'll probably swap back and forth in the playtest video just to kind of see. I'll try to combine both of them because I have both of them and they're the same color, same size, same everything. It'll give you guys like the most uniform comparison that could possibly be. Yeah, but there you go. That's what they look like on feet. Very, very nice. Again, sizing is perfect in an 8.5 US. Toe comes right up to the end, and that is exactly where I want it to be. Really nice looking. I think the design of the new football boots is also really cool. I really rate this heat map. Maybe it's this colorway. Hopefully they don't do any really ugly colorways where the heat map is just like all over the place and looks kind of dumb. But this looks really cool. The FTR logoing on the inside looks dope as well. I think it gives it a very, oh, you know what that reminds me of? The inside FTR reminds me a ton of that a couple CR7 Vapor like special editions that they did with the CR7 like there or outside on the outside angle. That's what that graphic reminds me. I was like, I knew I remembered that kind of vibe before, but overall pretty comfortable. Definitely a nice shape to the boots. They're breaking in pretty well already, which is nice. I do appreciate that they give you a little bit more unexposed knit here in the lacing system area to just give you a little more flexible adjustability, especially with how locked in this power tape makes you feel. I can definitely feel the power tape, which is kind of interesting. It feels like somebody's just grabbing like right where the power tape is just putting like index finger and thumb like right into it, kind of locking my foot back into the heel area, which isn't a bad thing. Touch on the ball. Yep, feels very nice. Very, very similar to the previous generation. Although you can feel it already with some of the extra texturing on the upper. There's definitely a little bit more kind of pizzazz. So you feel a little bit more textured grip, which I'm excited to explore in the playtest video as well. Good feel on ball. The sole plate is fine. I wish they would do something different with the sole plate, do something a little bit more, like if they had the old Evo Power sole plate on this one, that would be sick. That would be sick. It would be so fun. It would be such a good like combination of features, I think, and it would give just a really nice feel underfoot. I'm okay with the sole plate on FG surfaces. Totally no complaints. It works great. But on AG stuff, again, too long. Marketing material for that is just not where it needs to be. So overall, good fit and feel though. I'm impressed. I think this is definitely Puma's best product right now. Do I think that as a concept, the King is a better product? We're not even gonna mention the Ultra because it's absolute shite. Do I think that the King is a good conceptual product? Yeah. Do I think it's way too thin for what the King should be? Yeah. So I'm gonna vote for these as my favorite Puma product, but let me know down in the comment section below which of the Puma boots are your favorite, because I'm gonna argue it's the future all day long. I think they accommodate the most foot types. I think they're just overall the most comfortable. I think they have a nice amount of tech and good amount of grip, and it's just a good, comfortable boot to wear for a lot of foot shapes. So I'm excited to get these and start to test these and really get a feel for what the future 7 FTR is like, and we'll go from there. So if you guys have any more questions about how they fit, how they feel, sizing, all that stuff, leave them down in the comment section below. Anything I didn't answer in this video. Of course, we'll get into performance stuff more so in the playtest video, because that's how you answer performance stuff, is you actually go and play in the boots. And so, yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, be awesome, take care. I'll see y'all in the next video.